Hi everyone. Welcome to today's podcast section. And So today's podcast we are going to be looking into the quality testing field, and majorly, we are always here to we're always here for the community members, really. So today's episode is going to be on testing. And I am your host, Nkechi Omolola. And here with me is Ogunyomi Ayomide, my co host. So we'll be having a special guest. Yes, a special guest. I know a lot of persons are actually, they can't wait anymore. A lot of
A
persons are
special,
like,
special
they
guest.
want to see the guest, they want to hear from the guest and all of that, right? So
Yeah.
you can always do this quick one. Try to tell a friend and tell another friend that we are live now. They should
Mm-hmm.
join the YouTube section because YouTube is live for now, so they can be opportune to ask questions that they have relating to the actual topic. So share the link with your friends or anyone in the QA field, that's quality assurance testing field, so that they can also get one or two insights from today's podcast. Um, so while you're sharing, I'll just like give like a brief info about introduction about the guest for today. So
Yeah.
our guest name is drum rolls. So our guest name is Ibironke Yekinni. Ibironke Yekinni is a distinguished expert in software testing and cybersecurity, renowned for our significant contributions to these fields through a combination of academic excellence, professional leadership, and entrepreneurial ventures in the industry as a technology leader. She's recognized as an industry leader in software testing, and she has played a pivotal role in shaping industry standards and practices. Her credentials as a certified application security engineer underscore her expertise in security applications and protecting them against cyber threats. So, as our topic for today is going to be on journeying through manual and automated testing wonders. We really want to know how the journey is like from a quality assurance tester, a distinguished one for that matter. So I'll be bringing up the guests now. Yeah, I can see people are joining. So you can just send in your reactions and all of that. So let's know you are ready. We need to see the energy and everything popping up. Yeah, let's get the energy. And before bringing the guest, if you have questions, you can drop the question in the comment section. We can't take all questions, but really we'll just pop up necessary questions that we feel is like the guest can actually answer on the live conversation. So I'll be bringing Ibironke up now. Hi, Ibironke.
Hello.
It's good to see you. Wow, this is the Ibironke everybody wants to talk to. I want to be
Wow.
Ronke. I want to be Ronke. I want to.
Yeah, yeah.
Community members, we've made it happen. Ibironke is here. It's good
Thank
to
you
have
so
you.
much.
It's good to
Thank you
have you
so
on our
much.
podcast.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can't even believe that I'm live. On live session webinars, I don't think I've done anything like this year.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm very regular with going on webinars, social media live. I think just for like a year and I've just been more private and I've this year I've not done anything live like this.
Wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
it's good to be back.
So kudos to
Like,
the team for bringing
And
you here.
thank you
yes.
for accepting our invitation. Really,
And thank you for the patience. I was in Ghana when
yeah,
he sent me the message. I was
as
in
the
Ghana when
experts, right?
he sent me the
Yes.
message. I was launching the testers community in Ghana. And I
Oh
saw the message, I was
wow.
Wow.
like, who is this? And then I went to check your page. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to answer this list. And I told you that, text me again after 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah, really.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks for the
so much.
patience as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So
So
today, I'm not on week. I just finished my Shadia do
yeah,
hair.
we are after the inside. We are after the insights.
Yeah,
that
no
that
problem. No
Yeah,
problem at
yeah.
all.
You look good, so
Thank you.
thank
Thank
you.
you. So let's go. What do we
Yeah, maybe you can just start with like brief intro and chip in like a fun fact about you, so people know that okay, aside if Ibironke as being a QA expert and all of that, she still does these things for fun.
Well, okay, you already introduced me, so I think that already
Yeah.
did justice to all about that. Fun side people don't know about me is that one, I'm very shy. That's the
Oh,
weirdest
wow.
thing. Right?
Wow,
Uh,
you're shy and you founded three companies.
As we
I mean, you don't need to be out there to found the solution.
Mm,
And
okay.
people don't know that I like dancing a lot. When I'm in my house, that's what I do for fun. Dancing.
okay.
Um, what else? Yeah, I mean, my team members and my employees, I mean, they mostly say I'm a comedian. I think I'll consider it for a second career. So, yeah.
Really? Oh,
Wow.
wow. We could
Those
always
are,
enjoy some of the, comedy here.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. They can attest to that. They can attest
Oh,
to that.
wow.
Other than most of them are choirs. So, some of them are in church right now. So, they don't have
Oh,
my time. They have been here. So,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
those are the few things about me. If I'm not
Okay.
doing testing, trust me, you either find me playing games or dancing to music or giving motivation. I'll just gather my siblings and just give them motivational talk, motivational talk.
Wow, wow, wow.
So you mentioned games. What games are you into?
Well, board games, any kind of board
Okay.
games. I try to play all these their car racing. When they beat me to hell. In fact, I had a lot of accidents on that car racing, and I actually tried to. So that's why I stopped. All these video games and car racing because I went to
Mm.
practicalize it on a real car, and the
Oh,
hand
wow.
didn't right.
Oh, oh.
It's good to
So
it's good to
The
so
rest
learn
I
is
this.
this.
stopped.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. The
It's
rest is
good to
history.
learn this about you, really, so people can know that Ibironke is also a fun person, you know,
Yeah.
and all of that. So
They
thank
think
you
I'm a
for
very.
sharing all of
They
this.
probably think I'm a serious person. They just did not
Yeah,
know.
they just feel the LinkedIn make everybody look serious, so
Yeah,
people need to catch that vibe out. We are also fun person, really.
yeah,
So thank you
yeah.
for sharing that. Okay, quick
Thank you.
one. Let's go straight to Ibironke as a tester. Really, you're doing so great out there in the testing field and all of that.
Thank
So
you.
maybe you can just give us like highlight journey, how it has been as first is why did you choose QA out of all tech fields, really? Because there are so many people just want to start they want to join tech and they just
Thank
do I'm a dev, I'm a
you.
designer. Why QA? What's were there some skills you saw or traits about you, or maybe something that just triggered, oh, it's QA for me, really, not nothing else?
Yeah,
Or
they
how did
are.
you just join? Okay.
Yes, there are some traits because the first of them is I like to spoil things. So
Hmm.
I've been, I've been tested to give me the
Okay.
avenue to find it. But I mean, it's not as if I knew about it when I was in school. I did ND, computer science and statistics. I
Wow.
did HND, computer science and mathematics. I did BSc, computer science and mathematics. But
Wow.
across all of this field, which later I went for MSc in cybersecurity, but across all of this field before I went for MSc, I didn't really hear about testing, or in fact, as a matter of fact, I didn't hear so much about tech.
Wow.
Yes, we did some courses like Java programming, COBOL, and we did some kind of funny topics in school.
Oh, you
So
do C++
maybe,
too.
yeah, C++, those very archaic things. So we even did PHP, very
Oh,
annoying
wow.
thing. Yeah, we did CMS, all these WordPress to do things, but it was not cleared, right? It
Mm.
wasn't. It wasn't the kind of tech we did in school. Was not the kind of tech we came outside to meet. While I was in
Real.
school, yes, because I like mathematics, so you can imagine me on Excel doing all those calculations. I owned a cafe when I was in school. I was helping people to do all their assignments. Don't you can edit that part away. So I was busy with all that, but having a tech skill dawned on me when I was in university, when I was 7. Like I said, in my first life, when I got to where I was 7, I was working as an admin. And by the way, it's not the kind of admin that you think. The kind of admin I'm talking about is the one that changed the oil in the generator, the one that buy the fuel, the one that clean the house and buy food for everybody. So I knew so much about tech skill, like people know about it.
Mm.
And even though I was the ICT president, I still did not know. I just know that, okay, I knew that there is tech skill, but to what depth, nothing. I don't know about PowerPoint, Excel, and those are the things I was good at. But I think everything changed in NYC, and that's why I tell people that are serving that your NYC year becomes what you make of it, and your life after that depends on the way you maximize your NYC year. NYC year is not a wasted year; it all depends on what you do with it. For me, I found career and I found purpose during that NYC year, right?
Wow.
Yeah, good enough. I was posted to an IT company, but that did not also come as rosy. I mean, I was posted to Abia State. I even did some all this NYC calculation and mathematics with the NYC coordinator. So yeah, I was opportune to come back to Ibadan, IB. And of course, I never wanted Lagos. I've run from Lagos all my life until finally now that I'm here. So just for another day. So
Okay.
I was doing that, then I started like, okay, I'm curious about this tech thing. Then I brought in one of my senior colleague and a mentor then to the ICT to come and speak to people. And I started talking about the different tech skills. Then my curiosity rose like, okay, this tech thing where they talk, now serious thing. Oh.
Yes,
So I
yes.
started attending GDG communities in Ibadan, the Women Tech Makers event, and I started getting exposed to, yeah, it's interesting stuff. So I started with WordPress, of course, website. Everybody wants to be a developer. HTML,
Really,
CSS, JavaScript.
yeah,
So when I got to JavaScript, I said,
this is where the career ends.
this thing is not for me. I
It's
made
not for
research.
me.
I
Okay.
realized the kind of learning I have to keep doing, not because I don't like to learn, but the fact that programming language has to keep changing for you to remain on trend. No,
Seriously,
Mm.
it has.
not doing
Yeah.
that. I did with PHP as well. I love backend anyways, which is still where my strength is in testing, regardless. Then product management, I said, wait, I have to be following up with all of you to do your work that you're paid to do. Nah, this is not for me.
It's not for
However,
you.
while as a product manager, I still release a product for your state, right? An election project. So I actually work on real projects, not that I just lent them and dumped them.
And
I
left.
actually worked on real projects. I did UI UX. I did Adobe. I used Adobe XD then to create like a shopping app, website application. It was interesting. I love things beautiful, but I don't think I want to be the one selecting the beauty of it. So, nah.
Hmm.
Then I went into Scrum Master, which was more like a senior brother or related to product management, meaning that I have to be following up with everybody, moving tickets on the board, shouting on everybody.
Yeah.
Nah, I like to talk, but not to that level. So
Okay.
I
You
left
don't like
that.
dragging people. Okay.
No, I don't have that strength. So because there is a different level of patience that is needed for that
You
field.
have
That
real, real.
God did not give me that level of patience. So it's a grace for some people. So, which other field did I went to? Oh, data science. Yes, I did nano degree. That's Udacity gave me a nano degree scholarship, so I
Okay.
enjoyed it. Right, it is Python and SQL and Excel and all of those things. So it's
Yeah.
math. It's related. So it was interesting until you started getting to machine learning, and I'm like, nah. Mm-mm. Then the data analysis part was just looking like it's not enough for me to sit down all my life to do this. No, no,
Okay.
no. I want to grow up. And I can't do this forever. I can't keep doing with creating mathematics formula and stuff like that. I know there are professors that can do that, but so the question is,
Serious.
what was I going to do?
Now you've
Then,
tasted every field.
yeah, I've tested and I'm like, can there be? I know I don't want to be a banker, but I don't know what else
Okay.
I want to.
Okay.
And I heard that there's no work outside. So one of those days, I remember I was sleeping after I came back from my NYC run arounds, and My manager then just said, you know what, we are going live on this product by evening. I just wanted to take this product and just check if there are any issues there. And ladies and gentlemen, oh my god, I found over 500 issues wrong with that application.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
he said, do you know that this can be a career? I said, wait, so they find problem now, like they find problem fit be career. He said yes. I said,
Really?
that career, I want to know about it. So he said, well, of course, you can go and do research. He is a developer. So then I went, I started making research. I started seeing software testing, quality assurance, quality control, automation. Automation was very faint as of then. I'm talking as far back as 2017,
Wow.
2016, 2017. So it's very faint, not like it's as big as it is now. But there is a problem. That's a field that was really not so acceptable in Nigeria. It's really not that
Real.
is
True.
things. So
True.
how am I going to be falling in love with a field that there is no job in? This thing is dicey, So of course I started praying about it, and I started learning. I enjoyed API right from time. The fact that it's back end and it is testing and I can do the two together, I'm in. Then I made all the research. In fact, I used to have a map that drew out I did analysis of different field how can I grow in this field, like a career map. And I realized that in testing, oh boy, there's so many amazing things. I'm tired of software testing. Even in software testing, I can focus on mobile, I can focus
Mm.
on web, I can focus on API as a strength. I can, if I say I'm tired of that, I can go into hardware testing. You know that all those phones are being tested, right? So there
True.
is an area called hardware testing. In fact, I did that for one of Nigerian election projects that I did hardware testing. Now, they put it in fridge. Some of them
Wow.
they put it in ice to eye level just to see the durability of the application. So there is software testing, there is hardware testing, there is big data testing. It's literally like for every area that exists in tech, there is a need for testing. So I can go into AI testing, I can go into big data testing. Bring in a new technology tomorrow, I can still go into that area. I'm like, okay, I can't get tired I can't exhaust it.
Yes.
And that is where my love started. And that's I started learning. Got my first job November upon finishing that NYSC. And yeah, it's been a success story. Of course, yeah, it's been better success story from there upwards. So that's how I started my career in testing.
Wow, that's really great. So you had to move from one field to another field to another field. It's good, really, because most times people
Yeah.
say you find value when you try to look for a particular problem. So
And
it
that
seems,
and that approach, sorry to cut in, that approach is what I help people go through in a
hmm,
program that I call the Career Starters Launchpad program. Because
okay,
if I had not tasted it all round, I
you
might
wouldn't
never
know.
have known where my strength is. I could possibly have been saying, yes, because the name tech girl sounds for every developer female. So I want to make sure that this code must work, right? Or I
Mm.
sit down design by, or I say product management, okay, it looks like Saver, there is no code with it. So is it, but if I had not tasted it round, I'll possibly have not, no, I'm not saying you're going to taste human being, I'm saying career,
That's why we
skills.
have people, and that's why we have people like you who have done that, right? So we're able
Yes.
to find these
So I
fields.
used to, if anybody come and meet me and say, "Oh, I want to start a career in tech and I want to do software testing," I said, "Wait, you want to start a career in tech? First of all, go and take this 1 month program." In fact, I make it
Hmm.
some cohorts is free. Sometimes I say, "Okay, no, for you to be serious, pay 5,000 naira." But it's
Yeah,
mostly
yeah.
like a
Most times, parents
yeah.
gives
So,
this
but
serious times.
So you have to put
and
a price on it.
I just put that 5K, even though I still give all of them scholarship, but I still put 5K on it for those that will take it, right? But
Mm.
intentionally, that program does is that in 1 month, you get to have at least 7 careers to know what it entails. How much are you going to be making? What tools would you be needing? Where can you learn from? How long will it take you to learn?
Mm.
How long can you start making money? You get all those details. Then when you decide that this is what I want to do, I will now give you like a 2 weeks foundation course on that particular field.
You've
And then when
chosen.
you do it, the last week will now be for you to do a project on it. Then you can now go and learn in a go to any other academy that can train you well in
And
that
that's
field. But you already ascertain that this is what I
this is
want.
yours. Yeah.
So it's not like tomorrow somebody now bring data science say, that person said he's making millions in data science. Yeah, and they go data science.
And then
So
This
You get to
this
see the
just
new thing.
resonates with me really because
Yeah.
I think
So when
that's the foundation of this podcast, because a lot of persons just have the mindset of it's tech, I want to be a developer, or maybe
Mhm.
they just get the knowledge of I have a friend that is a developer that earns $5,000. I want to learn developer, we just
Tech
come
is not
from that route.
MMM. Tech is not
And
MMM.
dev is
Tech
not
is
for everybody. Dev is not for everybody. Writing code is not for everybody. It's not that you cannot learn it, but it's really not for everybody. And we cannot just deceive ourselves, really. We cannot really
yeah.
deceive
So
ourselves.
so that foundation gives people clarity so that you don't get into the field and then 2 years later or just with an
They're
encounter of a
out.
problem, you run away, right? You go out of it. So it has helped you build a conviction
That this is
that,
for you.
of course, in the course of the 1 month as well, I try as much as possible. To be very honest, I'm not always available, but I try as much as possible to appear at least twice at the end of each week, right? To speak to people. You
Is
need
it
to know
like
that.
video? Is it like video or texts?
So the training itself is 1 month, is recorded sessions down already, right?
Okay.
We have trainers there to attend them, but I do like come up every weekend to just speak to them and just give them some kind of clarity around it and any questions that they have, right? Mostly on Saturday night like this. So
Mm.
it's you have to decipher people's mind because the way they think about tech, right? Somebody was asking me in one of the sessions I attended last year, like, okay, if I'm not doing tech, what will I do? It's funny because I'm going to be a teacher if I was not doing tech, which in a way I'm still teaching right now, but
Yeah.
you need to understand that beyond tech, tech is not MMM. There is money in tech. I'm not going to lie to you about that. But with the
Mm-hmm.
mastery comes the million. And that is my very popular quote. I even did a shirt for it. With the mastery comes the million. There is
Hmm.
no role in tech, there is
That
no
doesn't
role in tech that you cannot make millions from. There is no role.
true.
Even ordinary
Yeah.
graphics designing, it all
Yeah.
depends on your level of mastery.
True.
All right. So
And
that's just
lately now, really, there's still some tech skill that requires no coding, doesn't
a
require
lot
in tests. Yeah,
a
there are
lot of them.
lots. So yeah, so that's it. And I think I need to answer this. Someone said tech is for me. Okay, we are not saying tech is not for you, but we are pointing
No.
out that software development is really not for, like, a particular field in tech is really not for everybody, and that's why our guest here has this platform or program where you actually go through some trainings to know the actual tech field that's meant for you, so you don't end up struggling in a particular field where you can easily be navigating and doing so well in another field. So you need to just learn your strength and
Mhm.
pay faster. That's why you see that some persons are paving faster than you. Really, most times it's
Yeah.
just because you are in a field that you are not
Absolutely.
supposed to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Really. So
Because most of
thank
all these
you.
things, it needs time.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank
Yes.
you so much, Ibiroke, for that. So while we'll move to like the main deal, right? Because I really want to dive into your ABC of software testing, because now we really want to bring people into the light of software testing. But can
Mm.
you share your inspiration around that? Like, what inspired you to write the ABC of software testing, really? Because
I
while you
think
were
it's
sharing, you had mentioned some. Okay, you can go ahead.
no. You can finish. You can finish your question.
Okay, because while you were talking, you had mentioned about programs and all of that, and I realized that okay, you have a book, right? I've been reading, like I checked up on you and I saw that you have a book, and this book is centered on software testing, which is really like, I'm not sure I've seen books on testing really. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've seen any book on testing. So it's
Mhm.
a good one. I think I should credit you because I actually also discovered that you are the first author to publish a software testing book in Africa. Salute, Thank you for doing that. That's a problem
Awesome.
you
Awesome.
actually saw, and you have provided a solution to ensuring
Solution
that
to
people
it.
can.
Yeah.
So can we just get what inspired you to write the ABC testing,
I think
software testing?
it's been long overdue, right? I think what really inspired is a question people asked me. Before now, as far back as 2018, I launched an academy that now turned into a company today called Testify Limited, right? And I can say that from then till today, if I'm to look at on a scale of 1 to 100 questions I've been asked, 95% of the time, the first question people ask when they meet me is, what is software testing? And over again, I always try to use the most basic example possible to explain software testing is, right? Testing is as testing as, people when they hear testing, they be like, oh, okay, it's just like AI that just started now. No, testing has been existing as far back as technology started, like as far back as computer. That is
Okay.
when testing has been existing. But people here are like, what is testing? Can you explain it to me, please, without the BB grammar, in the most easiest way?
Okay.
How can I understand
Successfully.
what it is? And that's where because 95 of the time, that's the question I get. And um, with the last 5 years plus and going to 6 year that I've been running Testify Limited or Testify Academy to be precise, yes, I've trained 4,260 people to become software testers, regardless of their background in testing, regardless of their background in tech. Whether you were a cleaner before, or you're a plate washer, or you're a salesperson, or you're a banker, I will turn you to a tester in 3 months, right?
Wow.
And the method I've been using over time is explaining to them like a baby would understand, not because they are babies, but people love people. One of the things I've learned the most, and I would tell anybody that wants to write anything or I want to teach anything, use story for people. Um, it's not because people are not white. People are very smart. People are very intelligent, right? If anybody act like they don't know Jack, they lie. Trust me. Maybe you just know the area of expertise. So the ABC of software testing helps me to really diversify the myths around testing to people, starting from where testing began from the age of tech. Helping them know, okay, when the testing really even started, how has it evolved over time? What do we know testing as of today? And what do we see testing becoming in the future? Now, the way I was testing products in 2017 is not the way I'm testing product now.
Now.
The documentation style I used then is not what I'm doing now. Things have changed. The ideology people have about testing has to upgrade, right? Yeah, if you think about testing today, it's just like the questions you sent to me earlier. I see a lot of automation questions. But
Really?
because,
Yeah.
yeah, because a car is manual and another one is automatic, doesn't mean that every car is automatic car. They are still manual car, but regardless of the method of driving, it is still a car. So testing is still software testing. Whether you are doing it manually or you are using automation, software testing still remains. And a lot of people that are struggled in that field is because they do not even understand testing as a skill. So you see them just learn testing because they just want to click on button and move. And then you now say, you know what? No, 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 my company wants automation. Or the company comes and say, I want automation tester, someone that can test it end to end and automate everything for me in one click. There's no automation that will happen for you in one click. What human being has to script it out. Even if you use AI, somebody still has to edit your script to fit into the requirement of that product. Because testing is not just about the technical skill, it's more about the mental work. Except they're able to make AI a human being, to have the human empathy, to think as much as a human being would think. Because, okay, I wrote an automation test. Let me just give an example quickly before I go back to summarize on my ABC of testing, right? I wrote an automation, somebody wrote an automation test and I was reviewing it. And he said he has automated the application end to end. And I said, okay, in a situation like it was a bank application, you know the way we are not quitting, like we are not quitting the app. We just, because if it's like this, maybe you are logged in, right? And then it's there for 5 minutes. You can say after 5 minutes it should shut down. But in a situation where you just, the way we swipe our phone off to the middle and we are
Yeah.
not quitting the app, and then
Or
we
just
go
moving to another tab.
move to another tab. How do you automate that?
Hmm.
Is not everything you can automate. But trust me, that thing needs to be tested for. Because in a situation where I'm using my phone, let's say in a car or on the road or in a supermarket or anything, and I minimize my app and I go to another thing, and my phone was stolen, and that thing has not timed out, means that all my transfer in the application can still be withdrawn.
Yeah.
So in that situation, was testing technically not done? It was. But somebody needed to think outside of the box to know that a human being can actually do that. Because, I mean, if all of us minimize today, you have at least 5 apps on your phone. that I have not shut down in a long time.
Yeah,
Even if
true.
you go to your tabs on your Chrome browser, even ordinary on your phone, now you can see a lot of tabs open more than six.
Opened, yeah.
So people do not really use logout button in most cases, right? People do not usually quit app in most
Yeah, it's
cases.
actually the app that just quit itself, really.
So how do we test for that? Are you going to automate that? So there are a lot of things to think of. So when you think about ABC of testing, the essence of ABC of testing on the summary is to explain testing in the most easiest way possible. And that was inspired by questions I get. I mean, I look at my question, like I literally told my PA to pull up the question I get on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, in my DMs, and say, pull it up together. What is the question? And 95% of the time, people are asking, what is software testing? What kind of testing should I be doing at work? And then I had the test managers that say, I don't know how to set up a test, and I'm the only tester in the company. How do we really go about it? How do I know that what I'm doing is right? So yeah, these are the things that better some of the books that I wrote. And yeah, every single test is not the only book that I've written.
Okay.
Altogether, I have them because I wrote one book per month. So this
Wow.
month will be the sixth month. And what I'm launching this year, I think I'll be announcing it here, yes, is the quality assurance guide for every tester.
Wow.
Um, the quality playbook, because we also mix up testing with quality assurance. So a lot of testers say I'm a quality assurance engineer, but in real sense, we are
I
not.
think I hear that a lot from all testers. I'm a
Yeah,
QA.
but no, that's not quality assurance. I
Okay.
interview people who have been in the field for 7, 8 years, and ask them quality assurance question, and they still use the mindset of a tester to answer me, or they still answer me in a very vague way that that this person has actually not been carrying out quality assurance in companies. And I go to companies that have been having testers for years, probably the testers left or the person has been managing them before left, and then I realized, okay, there is no quality assurance in place. So why is your title quality assurance again? Because quality assurance is not just testing. All right. So yeah, that's my
So
answer.
Okay.
it means that by the end of the year, you would have written like
12
12
books.
books.
Yeah.
Wow,
Wow.
I have all my
Okay.
topics
that's
for them.
that's
I
amazing.
have gotten the ISBN number for all of them. So yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Before we would like to like know where we can get these books, or is there a link to getting them or a platform they
Okay.
can check on?
Though the launching is coming up in August,
Okay.
August 17.
For
But
this particular one,
for all of them.
For all of them, yeah. I'm not sure it's up
So
yet.
yeah, so though of course I have some of them printed already. I'm just still praying on them. So by August we'll be launching, and
Okay.
if they are not getting it physically at the event that day, they will definitely be ordering it from Amazon. I think that's the only
Amazon.
platform I want to use.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have a lot of audience who are not in Nigeria, so I didn't want to start distributing to different places. So I just think Amazon is fine.
Okay, thank
that's
you. So
amazing.
I
You're going
have
to
a
use that for
question.
giving your
Okay.
audience.
Yeah.
Becca, you had mentioned, it's an honor to listen to Ibironke. I'm a part of the community, and I dropped my question. I'll be waiting for. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I think I need to clear that for community members that dropped questions. Really, yeah, your questions have been shared, right? But you need to, like, should I say, take a chill pill, because all of these questions have answers, and the answers are already written in the Broker's book. So maybe you would like to wait, or this is also a platform whereby you have the opportunity to check on Ibironke's programs. I'm sure she would have a lot of programs, like webinar programs and all, right?
Yeah.
So you can actually just register. If you've not been following her, this is like the best time to just go search her on LinkedIn. Follow Ibironke Yekinni. Then you
Yeah.
get all of our updates as per programs that she'll be releasing. Then you can ask these questions, really, basically. So I already shared with her, but I think that platform will be best to answer all of your types of testing. What should I do, what should I not do, and all of that. Yeah. So thank you, Becca, for that.
Yeah,
Okay, so
awesome.
yeah, you
So
can go ahead.
if someone out there is thinking about using just YouTube to become an expert in software testing, does your book have like a solution to it, or your partner has solved
It's your
Okay.
expression for me, really.
I mean, I get that a lot. So I will talk about interview a lot because I'm currently in a phase of interviewing testers for organizations. And when I
Okay.
see people who have been in the field for 3, 4 years, every one of them that I did not hire has one common problem. They learned with free resources. There was no mentor guiding them. They did
Mm.
not come from an academy. Am I saying
Hmm.
you can't learn online? No. In fact, I use a lot of resources on YouTube. However, when you are starting up a career, I mean, for crying out loud, you went to 4 years in school, and even while still staying there, you still did not come out and come and do a course with what you studied.
True.
So why do you now think a free course on YouTube is what you used to start up a career? Again, I'm not saying it's not possible, but you know that if you are going to, we are all humans. Let's be realistic. If you know that you are going to learn with free resources online, unguided, there is a high level of discipline that is expected that a lot of us do not have. And you don't even know the right thing to be learning. If I go online now and then I start talking about product management, it's not because I will not read on ChatGPT and come and tell you what it is theoretically.
True.
It's not because I can't. In case you know, you can literally take a course on marketing, on social media marketing,
Without even having knowledge. Yeah.
not having knowledge. But
Yeah.
the question is, if you record that courses and put it on your YouTube, people will watch it, yes or no, yes.
They
But the
will,
question is,
yes.
for someone that is just starting a career with marketing,
That's not the
how did they
best.
get it right? Do you
True.
understand? So if you are just starting a career, not because I have an academy, or in fact, maybe because I have an academy and I've
It's
compared
an
the two,
important you've seen. Yeah.
you need to have someone holding your hands because the difference between the two of them is with one, your learning has no hand. For your YouTube, for example, there's no timeline. You can be learning from now to the end of next year for all you care, and you have not finished one lesson, and you don't even know the next thing you should be learning after that. So that's why you see that somebody that is starting a career, in fact, I can see someone on LinkedIn who says it was in fact, oh Lord, there are two scenarios. One, on his LinkedIn page, senior test automation engineer. I mean, if
It's
that guy is
Senior.
getting
levels.
it right,
No, no, no.
yeah,
By
Senior.
default, LinkedIn always make everybody look, everybody
yeah,
just
senior.
professional.
Like
Really.
even his senior is not only on job title, he's senior capital letter on his profile. Test automation engineer. But
Wow.
the company gave you a question, something like even a manual tester should be able to do, even though you're just guessing
Yeah.
work. You cannot
Wow.
automate a login of an application.
Mm.
But bro, I thought you said you're a senior. I'm saying senior, sir. Me, I'm not senior, but I'm saying senior tester.
The
You get
senior junior.
it. You get it.
Senior. And then you're
You
bringing me
get
questions that my interns, who are just manual testers, who are interns,
answer.
they can
Wow.
actually answer. So, as the person being testing in the company as we speak today, yes, that person is employed. One company is paying that guy every month. But in real
Mm.
sense, it will never give them value for what they want, which is part of the problem we have in software testing industry in Nigeria. The second person I saw who wants to start up a career in testing, the next thing he went to do is went to do his certification, ISTQB certification, the foundation level. And then he said on his resume, I'm a certified software tester. I'm like,
Mm.
excuse me, sir. Where
Anyone can pass. Anyone can actually pass all the
ISTQB
certifications.
is, what are you saying? Just be able to read the question and cram the answer. It's like CCNA we did in school. As long as you
Exactly.
can answer the
Anyone can.
question, you are passed.
True.
But
True.
You
like
get
I
a
said,
certificate.
certification is good, but certification is like your WAEC. You don't do WAEC when you have not undergone your secondary school. Primary and secondary school is mandatory for you to go and do WAEC exam and then get your WAEC certificate, meaning that it is a cap on the knowledge that you have. He's saying this person has experience, has gone through this level of education.
Mm.
That is what certification is meant for. Now, you will not know these things because you just watch a YouTube and someone said certification is free, learning is free, you can just do the exam, and they're like, that's
And
the
those
next thing.
are just painting it so that you can just join and
And make
buy their
sales and
products.
do it. So YouTube, so at what point am I saying you should not use YouTube? No, but there is a point you use them. You have
Mm.
already acquired the skill. you're already working, and then you need clarity on some topics. You need clarity on how to solve a problem. Or let's say in the course of executing, you fall into a problem, you need to solve it. Then you can go to Udemy and say, a course on how to a course on standardized test case. Just like what you can ask YouTube. And then you see different samples from white people, from black people, give you different samples. Now, that is what all these online resources or online courses can do for you. But if you're just starting your career in texting, in any field in tech, please look for an academy, not an online course, an academy that has mentor available for you. An academy structure is different from a online course structure.
I'm
Yes,
glad I can hear this from you, really. I'm glad.
yes, there is difference because a lot of people feel like, okay, since everything is online, means that everything is online course. No, I do
Most
my course.
especially when you get the fact of maybe they just want this boasting of I'm a self-learned, you know.
Exactly.
I
So,
I
you
mean,
know,
people like to
those
take
kind of,
pride in that. I'm self-led.
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I
I'm
did
a
self-led.
not
front-end
say
Forgetting that
learn,
developer.
though.
I'm a
I did
that
not
you
say
cannot
self-learned.
be
learn.
self-made.
I also did
Mhm.
not go. I went to an
Even
academy.
YouTube, because even the YouTube you went to, somebody taught you.
Taught them. True.
So
Yeah.
you do not self-learn. If you self-learn, now Google. In fact, that Google you are going to, that resource is
Is
somebody compiled
saying
it
is
there.
self-led. You just wake up one day and you know it.
Yes,
And I think people
just
need
like
to have this. People need to have this knowledge that we actually just like school, right? We
Mhm.
paid school fees and all of that. A lot of persons want to just boycott the payments for academy and
From the
think they want
process.
free
Mm.
stuff and all of. Fine, I understand, but let's also still balance the fact that you need to actually most times pay for this knowledge. Really, you need to
Mhm.
most times, because on the
I
long
mean,
run the
I've,
returns is just like investment. You need
I've
to
resigned.
invest and you get the
I've
ROI
resigned.
on it.
I've resigned
I
from
think
motivating people
is
to go for academy. I've resigned. If you like, don't go. You will see, honestly, you will see
The
the
result will
output.
show, really. The result will
Will
show.
show. I mean, like I told you, the difference between the two people that I've seen, people that did not hire versus people that I had, a number of time, 99.9% of time, there are people that went on YouTube to go and learn. You will tell.
mm.
And I'm not saying, oh, come to Testify Academy. My academy is the most expensive. So I don't even want you to come if you cannot afford it, because I'm very selected on people that I want either. So, but find an academy, but make sure it is an academy. Make your research. There's an academy that also knows what they are doing. Because we
Yeah.
have today people that finish learning testing from maybe one village academy,
They want
they
to
are not
also
getting
build
job.
theirs.
The next thing, everybody is a founder of a training institute. Before you know
Mm.
it, I run a software testing academy. Before you know it, I run it. We have everybody running software testing academy. And you can see a very cheap cost, 40,000 naira, 50,000 naira. And I've told people in my community, I have the largest community of testers. It's called Testers Quarter, right? And we have them in Nigeria, in different countries, including UK and US. And I tell them there's a way for you to identify courses or academy that you can learn from. Hear what the person is, hear who is speaking. You need to know who is speaking. Because we have a platform that we reviewed one day during one of our sessions, and it was a marketing and salesperson that went to compile the course to sell.
Wow.
That person has never been in any practical. That is why the person can write a blog and say testing is a no code skill.
Mm.
Really? The last time I checked, you have to write some codes to do some,
So
API,
I don't,
have some knowledge
I
on
don't,
QA.
I can defend both sides of the debate, but it can only be defended by someone with experience in that field. You can't come and tell me that testing is no code field. It's just like somebody coming to tell me that cybersecurity. In fact, the same person who said that cybersecurity is no code field.
I hear that a lot too, Sha. I'm
So,
actually experiencing cybersecurity, so let me just listen.
so so you have to know who is speaking, who is
True.
training. Go and dig deep. Where has the person worked? Let's suppose the person is a tester for 5 years. The question is, who has he or she trained? What are they saying? I mean, after they are doing the training, after they are done with the training with the person, does the person have result of testimonials of people that worked as a result of this field? Somebody came to ask me one time, Princess, I want to learn software testing. Are you really sure that your academy is good for me? Mama, why are you asking me if my baby is ugly or fine? What do you expect me
You
to
need
tell
to
you?
find out.
Maybe
True.
it's fine. You go online, go and make your research. One thing I will tell you is if you know you're a lazy person, don't come for me because you cannot survive in my academy. You will drop out. I'm not
Mm.
saying we are difficult and hard on you, but people like to be spoon
Everybody needs
fed
to
at
pick on
times.
their toes.
You
Yeah,
must be
no.
ready to put in the effort. We'll provide you the people, we'll provide you the resources, but you must be ready to put in the work. You can imagine people dropping out because they said their laptop is not strong enough to do the course. I can't take blame for that. Or MTN is not good in your area. Why not get Airtel and change network? So, people have different excuses, different. Some people say that,
Different
there's
skills.
see, I've been doing this for 5 years. This is cohort 25. So you should
Wow.
know
Wow.
that it's not beings. I've met
You've
different
ed.
species of people. People that have done different cohorts and say they want me to reform, if not, they'll carry me to hospital. As I even want to go to prison.
Are
You know
you
that all the
serious?
if you know all the president in this country have been to prison at one point or the other. So me now
Wow.
going is an evidence that I'm going to become the president of this country one day. So as I was saying, if you want to learn, know who is speaking. And beyond what
True.
they are speaking, also do research on the academy, the outputs, that they have done. And then before you
Mm.
can, and then make sure nobody tell you that you can learn testing in 30 days. It's a scam. I don't care what they want to teach you. I don't care the person, even let the person has 20 years of experience. And the person said, even if it's live class every day for 1 week or for 1 month, you cannot tell me that you're good in software testing. The minimum on an average is 90 days. Even that 90 days, is still that testing as
You
a
need to
intern
put
level.
in the work.
Because when people think about testing, like to click, does it pass? Yes. Did it fail? No. That's what people
Really?
think about testing. Oh, oh Lord, my God. So that's what people think about testing. So make your research, the duration they give you, the person speaking, the platform that wants to teach you, right? And then be sure that you're ready to put in the time. These are the things I tell people. Don't just say, okay, I have the money. I mean, I don't know, my own students now, they are rich people. I've done free training, I've done 30K, 50K. Right now, our cost for 3 months is 220K, our automation cost is 350K, right? So there are people that get money now they come, and that's fine. But it's beyond the money. It's about the time. So you can imagine somebody that is just getting a new job now coming into this intensive 3 months program. You can just leave it and do like 2 months, settle in the job first, then come and take the course. The course will always run. It's never ending. If I stop doing the training, I'll refer you to another of my products that you can learn from. There is
No.
always somewhere to learn, but do your due diligence and do your research. So that's how you
Yeah,
can
I
start.
think that's really important because I remember when I wanted to take up a particular course, and then findings that's I think that's where when you want to make payments, right? It's because a lot of persons people don't make findings because they really don't want to put in payment. Because if you are putting in your own resources, you want to
You
ensure that you are putting your resources in the right place. Because I
true.
remember the particular time I wanted to like enroll for an AI course, and I saw a lot of academy no popping up, they can train this, they can do that. And I tried to make findings, do searching and all of that. I discovered that the founder of this academy that is saying I will need to pay this amount is even an like the last um experience is like an intern. So what do you really know that you want to you want to teach me? So those things I literally had to ask. I was really concerned because you had sent me the amount I'm going to pay mail, and the follow up was really intense. Like, you're after
Of
my
course.
money. Why are you so intense with the follow ups? Then I had to ask, can you share me
That,
your experience?
that's the part that people used to. They say somebody said, you cannot even follow up. Papa, if you want to sign up, you sign up. Why you
Exactly. That's it. They don't
the
follow
training
up when
I'm
you
doing, both me and the mentors in the academy. Sorry, that's not what we are using to survive. Oh. So don't get it
exactly,
twisted. If you come into my
exactly.
academy, you do anyhow. How
You
much is your
go.
balance? I'll send it back to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
So and another thing I wanted to mention is that people can teach you rubbish for free.
Hmm.
Mm.
True.
Even that it's free still does not mean that it makes sense. Still does not mean that you can just listen to anyone. See, information is powerful.
Very
Our
true.
ears our eyes, our ears, the things we hear, the things we see has a way of really reconfiguring us so much that you will think it has no influence on you until you start doing it. For example, music. And okay, let's say you're a Christian, you're like, no, this worldly song. Let's say they are singing. I mean, Ogechi is not. I mean, listening to the lyrics, it's not like it's evil or anything. But again, it's not glorifying God. It's not glorifying anybody. So it's just um glorifying lost,
Someone,
basically.
yeah.
You can listen to it and say you are not singing it. Or let's say you listen to it, probably you saw one reels today, you saw it, oh, Ogechi, they sing, you said, no, 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 I don't do this. You scroll again, you saw Ogechi, you scroll again, you saw Ogechi. You have not listened to it, you intensively hand to hand, right? You have not sung it along with them, but you'll be shocked that the next time you hear that music tomorrow, you you
You
can
know
you
this
can,
song.
you can sing it along with them. So that is why you know that what you
Yeah.
hear and what you see has an influence on you without your permission. Those things don't need influence, they don't need your permission. They don't need the permission to enter your
True.
soul. As long as your eyes can see it and your ear can hear it, they are already accepted here. So even because it is free, still does not mean that you should just listen to anybody anyhow. It does not mean you should go and attend to it because you can imagine somebody who have been in the field for 5 years in Ghana coming to my training and said, "Oh, now rubbish that they do all these years. Oh. This company paying me safe.
Mm.
Yes, is there any nothing less than 5K
Are you
USD?
serious?
Boy, it's rubbish. We're like, they even paying me, princess. I don't feel this team. Hmm. He
this
went
is
to
this
pay, he
is
paid
this
for
is
three more
wow.
people. His
This
team
is
members, he
wow.
paid for them to come and take it. He said he's reconfigured. He said all he just learned there is just to learn, and then from this opportunity, he got one opportunity to work with an international company, and then that was how he got this offer. And then they were paying him well, but he's collecting good money on top nonsense.
Less value.
So that it is free still does not mean you should listen. Still do your due diligence, whether you are putting money or not. And it is free does not mean that it is nonsense. I do a lot of
Mm.
webinars, I do a lot of events, and I wonder why people are not showing up. And I'm like, do they think because it's free, it is rubbish? Hmm.
Mm. People
Do
just
you
have
You
different
understand?
know, bro,
perspective about
making
some of the things.
research on every program, every academy is very
Everything,
important.
everything is important. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Like it's been fun
The
all the
event
way
that
because a lot of
next time
persons
you see our free event, please jump on it
just
though.
I think I validate Ibironke. She's really doing so well out there. And the fact that she publicized all of our events and everything, so you can see the stories and all of the people drop their own stories and everything. So most times it's always good to go and check reviews when people
Mm.
drop reviews of what they've learned and
Yeah,
all of that. So you can tell that it's not something that people force on no, she didn't force anybody to like drop reviews. And you get a lot of reviews about her a lot.
she's
And
not
yes, it's
fake.
just nah, she's not. She's
Well,
authentic.
you never even do original finish. You won't go fake them. Where is
Don't
the
go
time?
at least true, right? For you to
I know
have
the
a fake, that means
funny
there's an original somewhere.
exactly. I
Yeah,
know the honest is that fake is more stressful
to
than the
do.
original one. It's
Mm.
stressful because you have to pay attention to every tiny details. You have to try to get the font, the command, the everything right. Compared to if you're just doing it like your real self. I beg, anything really is cheap. Oh, please. I don't ask straight for fake. All right.
Okay. So let me ask this question. I think we're running out of time. Yes, okay, for the community members, really, I can see your questions, really, but I don't think I will have time to ask some. And I think some questions I'd mentioned about you following up on this thing,
I guess some of
following
the
up
questions
on.
we can answer very fast.
Okay, so what are some key lessons you've learned from your experiences in both manual and automated testing?
Well, number one, for automation testing, it's not as scary as it seems. A lot of testers are like, code, I beg, I don't want code. Ew, it's not for me. That's why I do not do development. I don't want code. But honestly, it's not as scary as it seems. I really wish I'm able to open this thing as fast as I really wish to. I write an overview of my training to my TAS today. It's called the Testify Automation School program. That's called TAS. And in that program, I wrote it to them. We have a 14 years old boy who writes practically all the programming language that exists. Python, 100%. Java, 100%. JavaScript is normal beans. So if it is really that difficult as we think it is, how then did a 14 years old boy who has not even entered university, how was he able to understand it? How was he really able to understand it? Because if it was really that difficult, the programming is so difficult as it seems. And I'm like, so how come these children have sense they can do it? Then how can't I do it? Okay, so in the anatomy of programming language, I said, according to the Wikipedia, xenophobia is the psychological term for fear of the unknown. Confidently, I would say the fear of not knowing what programming language entails is what makes you feel coding is hard. Coding is
True.
not hard. If it is that hard, how did Emanuela Oziofu, 11 years old, do it? How about Joshua Bola, is a 10 years old, a developer at Twitter? How did he do it? The only way to get over this myth is by dissecting programming language for you, like ABC. Like I said, it all goes back to the way we do it, like ABC, right? We have these young developers. So one of the things I discovered when I started doing automation for real was like, okay, so why is everybody running away from it in the first place? Why are Tesla running away from these things? Also talking about automation, um, I know people have we have all these no code tools like Catalog, like Cypress, and all of those things. So people want to learn them without coding. Uh, I know you can do many more, but your understanding of programming language will really help you to create a concrete test script that is not flaky and that
Hmm.
can keep existing beyond your time. Because a lot of people right now are written automation tests, but trust me, it cannot run. If you run today, tomorrow morning, go and check it, it's not running again. So for you to really dive into test automation, you cannot scare away from programming. I know you can use Cypress, but what even makes you? I mean, somebody told me that interview. I mean, this year I've done a lot of interview, trust me. So I'll keep using this example. Like literally from December Christmas period to January, I literally interviewed over 40 testers. So you can see that it has sunk in me a lot. And then just this June alone, I've interviewed more than 15 testers. So back to what I'm saying. Imagine somebody telling me that he's a Cypress automation expert. He has learned from XYZ. And some of the people that they learn from, I possibly know them. You have learned with BDD, you have learned with a lot of them. And then I started asking you questions. And I'm like, I always tell you, um, if you don't know, feel free to say, I don't know. So that you don't just lie. So he has said a lot of wrong things to the point and I say, you know what, if you don't know, you just say you don't know. And then everything after that was I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
So he never knew.
And he never knew. But he has a certificate of where he has learned Cypress automation for web application. So you have learned it, but you did not learn the programming language behind it. And if you come to companies, not every companies accept your style of what you learned. Remember today you can learn. Let's say you went to go and learn Java because you want to do automation. And I always tell you, if you want to learn automation, don't go and focus on learning one programming language to test automation. So, for example, you want to learn web automation, and then you went to go and learn just Java and then Selenium, and then use it to do web automation, and then you say you know test automation. No, you don't. Because I see how questions will ask you in programming that you have no jack about. So if you really want to learn automation, the first thing you need to go and learn is programming language. Go and
Hmm.
understand data algorithm. Go and understand syntax and semantics of programming. Go and understand functions. Go and understand programming for what it's worth before you now start learning specific languages. It's just like for you to learn how to speak Yoruba, you need to be able to you need to have the ability to speak.
First, yes.
And
Before
that is
thinking
what
of languages.
before talking about language. So if you put a child, a 5 years old child, in a Ghana environment, even though it's Yoruba, in a Ghana environment or in an Igbo environment, that child can still learn that thing. before they clock 15. Why? Because there is an ability to understand language. There is an ability to speak. Why? That is why the child is able to adapt to every environment you put them. And so also it is when you're coming to programming and automation. You must understand programming first. Then, if you have learned Java with for web automation and Selenium today, if you go to the company and then they said they are doing Python, you will not find it difficult to learn that Python and do automation. If you go there and they said, okay, you have learned Python, but you get there and then they're saying they're using JavaScript, you will not find it hard to be able to do JavaScript for test automation. The reason why you see a problem with that particular programming language is because you have not understood and have the ability to consume programming. You don't understand function. You don't understand some basic things, the structure of programming. That is why you are having issues learning other languages. So these are the
More like the
things that
foundation is faulty.
what can the righteous do? Complete. Exactly. That's the problem. So I see that a lot of time. And in the course of my research engineering or research science, these are the things that I notice. So after strong with people, and because I notice the developers can learn Node.js today, and then tomorrow they can be using React to work. How are they
True.
able to adjust to those things?
Main programming.
Exactly. So that is also the same thing, I always tell testers. In manual testing, one of the things that is surprising, or one of the things I've learned is that manual is never about clicking. In fact, when it comes to manual testing, it's more 10%. So let me say 20%. Let me give regards to technicality. So let me say it's 20% technical skills of clicking if it's pass or fail, but it's 80% in mental work. It's 80% mental work. His ability to think, his ability to pay attention to details, his ability to understand the business. That's why I call myself a product quality engineer. I don't say I'm a tester or I'm a quality assurance engineer, but I'll come into details of that. But manual testing is mental, is thinking, is when you're building scenarios, you build scenarios in your head first before you put it down in paper. So just like the way the work of a developer is, and one of the things I also learned in manual test or in the course of doing testing is also that testing as a tester, you are the lever of the tech team, of the engineering team, because it is not just about testing. You must wear the hat of a business owner because you need to understand where they are coming from. You must put on the hat of a product manager because it's not just about pass and fail. You must understand what the requirement is all about. How are you even spoon feeding and looking at that requirement? Are you sure it's not shaky? Do you even test the requirement before you test the test cases? You need to understand when the requirement is not realistic. Imagine a customer telling your product manager that they want them to build this application and then they want it to be bringing out light, bringing out light, bringing out light. Yes, your product manager might be able to write the whole story and draw the whole flow and say it is possible, but as a tester, what can you say about if you bring light? What is the negative effect?
Yes.
What is the positive thing? Why should we not do this thing? Why should we be doing this thing? How can we convince the person? What are the side effects of this? So your
That's
scenario, your negatives,
more questions to be answered.
yes. So you need to wear the hat of a product manager. Then you need to wear the hat of a developer. You don't just tell developer that it has failed.
It's not working. As we get
I
that
will,
a lot. We are used to it anyways.
you see this code. If I'm the developer, I will wipe you. You must be
You
able
get
to.
you get that anyways. It's not
Yeah,
working, no. They will not put
no,
oh at the back 3 times or 4 times.
no. You must be able to tell the person what the problem is. How should we fix it? Possible solution. Even though your
How
solution might
you
not be,
arrived at the problem,
yes,
really.
it's not like a bug report. You must be able to explain the problem. What were you trying to achieve? What did you actually do? What did you actually now get? Give us video or pictures. Let us understand what the
Exactly.
problem is. In fact, outside all of that, even though your solution will not be right, though, but you must be able to give us possible solution. What you think we can do, and you just don't dump it on my table, even after doing all that work. You must be able to talk to me because you might realize that probably the PM has dragged me at one side and said, tweak this thing. And you are not in the meeting when they have the
Oh,
conversation.
hmm.
So you must be able to have communication with your developer. to be in their shoes and say, if I were to be the one, see, the work of a tester, you are the one responsible to tell a developer that their baby is ugly. But remember, you must tell them in a way that will make them smile and happy to hear from you. So already your work is difficult. Don't make it worse with the way you communicate it to them. Trust me,
Communication is
I've had my fair share. I have been a victim of it's not working, no, or I just tell the person is not passing. And I saw that, oh, it's not giving me the kind of result I want. Rather, it made it to even have more enemies in the tech team. So I had to sit down and say, oh, this is what I was doing wrong. And then I had to learn it. So when you have the heart of a developer, you need to have the heart of you as a user, of course, the ability, your goal as a tester is not to see that things are working fine. No, that's not your job. Trust me, the developer knows that the things are working fine. He knows, he worked on it. Your own work is to say these things are not working as you think it is working. Your goal is to find problem, is to see that this application is defect free. Whether you do that by manual testing or automation testing is none of anybody's business, but you must be able to test this thing and deliver within the shortest time possible. And lastly, you must be able to have the art of a user. Because after your engineering is and your team has developed and you have been working on this product for 50 years, it's none of anybody's business if they cannot do a simple transfer effortlessly. They will uninstall your app. They don't care.
true.
They don't care about the 60 lines or 500,000 lines of code. They will
Oh,
uninstall the app for you.
We didn't even care about their sleepless nights.
You understand? It's not like this AC is not working now. And then I'm not okay, the AC is, and then the AC might not come. You're not trying to tell me, okay, it's the circuit. What, Papa, nothing concern me. This AC is not working. Go and fix it.
working or it's not working. Yeah.
That's my own. I don't care whether it is 1 hour here that you put that is making it. Just go and fix it. So you must have the mind of your user. So you can see that as a tester. It's not just to test. It's to
A lot
ensure
of work.
quality products. And trust me, as you're doing all of that testing and execution and quality assurance, you're also documenting.
Hmm.
You're like the Bible author in the team. You are like the James and Paul that are writing the scripture of that product. So in some organization, your quality assurance engineer is the one responsible to write the manual of that product.
But
So
cases whereby they have technical writer,
yes, they
would it
can do
still be
that.
like
But they will still, you still have to partner with the QA person because the person understand better how that
writer?
product works. That is the work of a quality assurance person. So you can see that as a tester, I understand. I came to learn that the work is beyond does it pass or does it fail.
Many hats to be won.
It has a lot of things encompassed. So these are the things I've learned. I've talked about it that I am not a software tester. I'm not a test automation engineer. I'm a product quality engineer. Anywhere I go, that's what I say. I can be a business quality engineer, I can be a product quality engineer because when I come to your organization, if I need to do manual testing to get our products to achieve quality, I will do manual testing. If I need to do automation to get our products to have quality, I will do automation. If I need to do performance testing to get our product to achieve quality, I will do performance testing. If I need to do compatibility and security tests for that product to achieve quality, I will do compatibility and security tests for that product to have quality. So you are an all-round quality assurance engineer, a
Yeah.
product quality engineer, so to speak, a product quality engineer. Like it's all around. Because if you say you do automation, you're automating functionality. How about the load? What should e-commerce organization do when they have 20,000 people access the application at once? Are you saying that because you're a tester, you're not going to carry out performance testing? Or are you saying that, oh, you're not going to do security or some vulnerability check on it? It is all testing. So if you really want to be a solid tester, I really want to scale in your field. I think I just answered somebody's question anyways. So if you know you
Yeah.
really want to scale in your field, you need to put on the shoe and your narration should be you're a product quality engineer. But before you own that title, you must make sure that you are all round cooked. That's the difference
That's
between me and any other tester out there who is not doing it
wow.
well. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you, really. It's been amazing. I really don't know if
Yeah,
we can keep in
amazing.
this last question. I'm around the top. Are you giving us a go ahead, Ibironke?
To ask question,
You want to ask a last question, then we'll round up.
sure.
Okay. I already can go ahead. because we have one question from the community. Okay, Aya, would you want to take that or I should?
I think there is noise in his background. He's trying to manage it. You are muted.
Oh,
I
okay. So I think I should just take it. Majorly, it's on AI. We'll be getting this AI trends back and forth, really. So, how has AI affected software testing in a way? Because if you look at the situation of things now, everybody just wants to flow with AI trend, right?
Mm.
A lot of persons now in the engineering side. I'm an AI engineer. In the design side, I'm AI product, designer. So in the QA side, is there anything like AI trends, and do you think it's something people should just like embrace almost immediately? Stuff like that. So how has it affected in the software testing field?
Okay. Thank you for that question. But the answer I gave in Ghana is what I'm also going to give here. It has not
Okay.
affected us. And like I said, AI needs to go around first before it comes to testing.
Wow.
To go around to development first. When he's done with development, maybe he should go to product management. When he finished there, maybe he should go to design. When he's done from there, he still has a lot of to go around with. However, of course, there are AI implementation and product that we can embrace now. Like I will always say, AI as of today, until the next 10 to 20 years, it is still here to enhance what we do. AI is not here yet to take over your job if you are doing the realistic job, if you are doing a real job, right? Before we want to do, when you go to a let's say an airport, they'll use that their normally they'll use their hand. The people at the door, the security or whatever, they will be searching you, right? But now we have devices that can just scan through you and see if there's any implicating thing on you. Before
Yeah.
because of hands, people say they are being harassed, people say they are being, yeah, stuff like that. But now that that machine is there, you just glance through. And that is what AI is still doing as of today. For now, for the next 2 decades, that's still what it's going to be doing, enhancing. So what you have to do as a tester is to see what part of AI can really enhance your product or your services. As of today, you can use AI to learn how to create documentation, fetch for standard documentation or samples of documentation. You can also ask AI that, okay, oh, I have a fintech application that has login credentials. What are the necessary criteria I should look for, or what are the cases that I should test for? It's going to tell you what to do and give you suggestion of what to do, but you still have to be the one to go and execute it. And mind you, AI is not generating an unexisting data. Using OpenAI or ChatGPT, for example, every information is giving you already exists. It's just bringing it up. It's just searching. It's just like Google. It's just searching all the information and document that exist on the web and bringing it to you in a more chronological way. So it's not like it's creating something that does not exist before, right? The same AI that exists today, if you use an AI to write your project, there's also an AI for the project person to check the AI document that you wrote to know that it is AI that wrote it for you. So you can see that it's not doing something new. It's model. You are fetching it, it's fetching its information from the net. So it's not going to take over. And there's some fields in tech that there's some field that AI cannot be influenced by. For example, you want to tell me that because of the advancement in technology, I'll use AI for my finance. Who will allow that? Which company will allow that? Are you going to be using all this open source AI to do your company's project?
Hmm.
Definitely not.
Where you have
So,
to share some vital data out there.
do you understand? So, I'm not
Mm.
okay. If I need to create a report for my finance, and then I will now need to feed in my information of what I spend daily and things like that. Will I do that on an
So,
open AI?
mm, never.
Definitely not. So as long as the machine will not come and execute those things for you, what you can use AI to do right now is to enhance your thing. Now, people also misunderstood what AI is. AI is not a magician, because people think that AI is bringing, it's wiser than human being. Wise where? How? If it's really wiser than human being, it will not be bringing
Why
an
do we
information
have
that
to
already
feed it?
exists.
True.
Do you understand? Why does it need human being to still be feeding? So, today there was a time I actually that one of the a lady that I followed on LinkedIn, ChatGPT said that lady is dead.
Oh wow.
Yes, like she's screenshot it, like they said she died 2012 or so.
Hey, ChatGPT has killed somebody.
You can, okay. Some people said they can use
ChatGPT has
ChatGPT.
killed somebody.
Yes. Someone, if you ask ChatGPT today, ChatGPT that they doesn't like Christ, he cannot attend to it. It is information that is being fed. It's things he got
Mm,
online. So if you are not careful, you will still copy from ChatGPT answers that are wrong.
You
mm.
are
True,
correct.
true, true, true.
But
I think
written in a very,
I can attest to that. Yeah.
yeah, but it's written in a very professional way. You know when nonsense is written in a professional way? You have not told somebody that you're not okay before in a professional way. That is what ChatGPT does. It is nonsense, but it will write it in a very professional manner. And then you think this must be the answer. I
Answer.
mean, I've tried to use it to create slide before, and then it created me slide, and I'm like, if I didn't know what testing is, I would have thought this nonsense was true. So AI is here to stay. It will keep growing, to keep advancing. All right. However, as a QA person, as a tester, or as a product quality engineer, use it to create some templates that you can adjust. Things is what you should even be asking it, so that if you think any nonsense, you can always adjust it to your own taste, rather than using it to start things afresh for yourself. For now, AI has not matured to that extent yet, at least in the field that we are talking about. Maybe now robotics and are doing all those magic wand, but not yet. So yeah, that's my response about it. But there are products, that AI generated products that you can use to support yourself.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, like indeed you killed it all. Thank you for
I
taking us through
mean,
your journey.
I was just
You know,
shaking my head at some point.
as a as a tester,
Yeah.
indeed. Okay, like you said, you are a product quality engineer. That's really
Yes.
great. Thank you so much for taking us through the journey. And guys, everyone, yes, we brought your experts here, Ibironke
That's the
Yekinni.
word. You're experts because she has shared everything from her wealth of
Everything, yeah.
experience.
So please, if
Thank you.
you can go check her up on LinkedIn, follow her. She has programs and platforms, academy where you can actually grow more. Podcasts will only give you the information, but you need academy to sustain you, to teach you the basics. We don't do that here, and that's why we bring experts. You learn from them and you can continue the learning on the long run on their academy and on their platform. So that's just it. Go follow her up on LinkedIn, and the rest will just be like, I'm now a product quality engineer, because definitely you're going to learn from the best. So thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Having me.
Ayo, anything for the community before we round up?
Nothing much. It's just for them to kindly share and do subscribe if they are yet to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and to just follow us on all social media platform at Tech with Hero. Yeah, and to get the latest information from us, tech news, and to see who will be our spotlights for this coming week. Yeah, so that's it basically.
Okay. So thank you so much, and we are really sorry for taking time to this, really, but we just have
But
to
it's
learn
worth
it
it.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
exactly. It's
mean,
what we
I
just
don't
have to
think we've
learn
ever
it all.
interviewed or had any tester.
Tester, really, yes, it's an
Yeah, so she's
opportunity, like a big word to have
not
Ibironke
just not,
expert. We
she's
just have to
also an
just use something
author,
that
she's a
we have.
founder, she's an expert. I
Exactly.
mean, she's
So,
everything. I mean, I'm just inspired that I'm just
yeah.
inspired anyways,
And
you
this
know.
is a wake up call to everyone, that you don't just have to do like babysitting testing and you feel you are a tester. You
Mm,
need to learn so much, because what you are doing, you need to now question your field. Are you sure you are really testing? Because that's it. And share this
yeah.
podcast section with all your testers, testers in the field, your friends that are in QA. let them come and learn and also grow in their field, because really you just need more information to keep growing in your field. And
Yeah, I
like
think
I
we
said, she has
might.
a lot of books. She has also mentioned she'll be launching August, so just keep fingers crossed till then. And
Mhm.
we'll have a lot of books to buy. Really, you just need to
12
start
books
growing.
minimum this year.
Yeah. So thank you so much, and
I
bye.
was even
I'm
saying
your
that I think
host.
we might need to bring out to another exciting episode, because
Yeah,
we didn't even talk about the gender thing, how that she's a female in this industry. Is there, we didn't really talk so much on some
yeah,
topics,
really,
and
yeah,
I feel we might need to also have a part two to this that will just delve into another other interesting part of the field.
yeah. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. So everyone, bye. See you next episode. Right,
Mm-hmm.
next podcast episode. Please share, subscribe on our YouTube, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and stay updated on all
Yeah.
our social media platforms. We'll always bring experts to the podcast. Thank you so
Of
much,
course. When
and
your
bye.
shares plug. Bye.